When you see the world is full of people being abused, bullied, right? Then people use painful magic. That is why in the last, say, 100 years or so, the most asked for type of magical practices, second to bring a men or love spells. The first thing is money, protection, right? Wanting my money back, yes. And also painful magic to hurt the other person because I want his husband or I want her partner, whatever story it may be. Now, it's very popular because people believe in scarcity. In a world that focuses on scarcity, we're going to be more focused on painful magic, okay? If we believe in fear, that I need to protect myself, this world is unsafe, right? Your magical practices will be based on painful magic because you don't trust life. So fear is based on not trusting, not knowing, not trusting in yourself and trusting in life. So you start using painful magic spells. Okay, right. Let me continue. Boundary enforcements. Now, not all harm is physical, as I said. I didn't touch that person physically. All I needed to do is think about that person. I knew that person's name and surname. I knew exactly what they looked like. I just imagined this thing that I wanted to happen to them, and it happened. It was happening. So another thing, when you're doing this type of things, it's all a focus, right? So you continuously every day you're doing it. You're saying the spell. You say whatever you want. You say whatever you want to happen to that person. Now, remember, guys, this is all for information purposes. I'm not telling people to do anything bad to other people. This is all about information, right? I'm telling you I'm human. I've also fallen into the trap of trying to use anger because of my anger and feed into my anger and then start reacting from my anger. And it's powerful. It does work. It's very, very powerful. So you must be careful. That's why we're always teaching people to think about love and light. Forgiveness is key for a happy life, for a happy experience, because there's karma, right? And there's good and there's bad karma, right? Everything that you put out is what you get back in your life. So if you put out something negative, you will get negative things in your life, right? Now remember, there are people who don't care about that. As long as I get what I want, I don't care. Please talk about cleansing. I mentioned about the cleansing story. Okay, any other questions before I go on? Right, so please talk about it already, okay? I think there's no other question, okay? Let's see. True, I think a lot of people don't understand the term of magic. Yes, thank you for saying that for your comments. I do appreciate it. Sorry, sister. Okay, the ones that left. Thank you so much for that, Mpo. Thank you for your comments. Who else also said something? Yes, if you listen to Psalms 150, there's the same frequency. Yes, for sure. Psalms are used a lot for protection. Psalms is used a lot for protection, a lot. That's I even learned that in the Christian when I was in the Christian church, right? Like when you pray, if you want protection from God, you use Psalms. Certain verses or Psalms in the Bible are very helpful for that. Nothing can protect your body. Your soul is what needs to be healed. That's true. Okay, but your body is also important as well. Remember that your soul can being effective to you in this experience of life needs your body to be healthy because your soul is keeping you here, right? Using the body, so your body is keeping the soul connected. Without a body, then you can't have a human experience, right? Your soul doesn't need the body. However, the soul is that part of you which is more connected to God, your divine source. You understand? Yeah. That's the difference. Your body is so important. Your body should be healthy. Now remember that a curse can manifest as a sickness. A curse can manifest as bad luck in your life. Whatever you do doesn't work out. You understand? That's in the physical as well. You understand? Yeah. Hope you're having a good day and you are all God bless. Yes, we all sweetie pie be having a great day. Let me finish off right. And I spoke about the whole concept of boundary enforcement. People use that for boundary enforcement to protect themselves, right? Not to harm people physically or emotional or psychic, spiritual, energetic vibrations are real, right? And they are. People can violate you on a spiritual level, like I mentioned before. Painful workings are sometimes used to say, you are not crossing this boundary again, all right? So, that's what I talk about warding. You're not crossing this boundary again. You can ward yourself from other people's negative intentions, right? But just by you saying a prayer every morning, I now put the love of God over me. Wherever I go, I'm protected by the angel. You speak to angel, is it Gabriel? Ask Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel to protect you. Ask your guide to protect you. That's how you can actually ward yourself physically. Wherever you go, you put a light around yourself as well, around your aura. You imagine yourself with light around your body. That's a form of protection as well. Very important, right? Now, restoration and balance is also used for balance, as I said. In older systems, magic was not about morality, right? It's about balance, as I mentioned before. Spiritual practices are all based, they should be based on balancing things out because that's how the system works. Yeah, it's not about morality, it's about balance. When something interrupts your harmony, cause you to feel imbalance, a force is applied to counter that, those words, those intentions. Okay, so your force, that's how you counter those negative influences by you speaking light and love and protection over yourself. And understand that you're innocent. Understand that you have done nothing wrong to that person. So the best thing to do when you pray in the mornings or even in the evenings, I ask God to help that person to forgive me. Or I ask for forgiveness. If I hurt you in any way with intention or without intention, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Right? That's a way of also warding or also protecting yourself because you're asking God to protect you because you understand maybe you might have hurt that person unintentionally with your words and your actions, but you're asking for forgiveness. That also creates protection over you because now you become an innocent. So whatever that person puts against you will go back to that person, back to sender. Right? So remember that in this world, in this world we call evil because it's evil intention. Anything that's not got to do with light and love is seen to be evil, right? Not really. And the fact that the question even exists shows how deeply humans have been conditioned. We are conditioned, right? Protection is not cruel. Defense is not domination. Boundaries are not evil. So when you are using magic for protection, you're not doing an evil thing. Basically, you are just closing up your boundaries and claiming your space and claiming yourself because we have the right to do so. All right. So we're not like going around and cursing people, attacking people spiritually, but you have the right to protect yourself. If you feel somehow that you're being spiritually and energetically being attacked, you can start protecting yourself, and that's not evil. You're now preserving your own space and you're creating boundaries, spiritual boundaries, right? So what really matters? Are you acting from the fear or clarity? Number one. Number two, are you acting from revenge or self-preservation? Are you acting from unconscious rage or conscious choice? That's what I always say. Don't respond when you're angry. Cool down. Settle yourself so you're able to respond consciously with clarity.